Imperfectly perfect, imperfectly perfect. Imperfectly perfect, imperfect, imperfectly, imperfectly perfect, imperfectly perfect couple. Oh yeah.
Welcome back to the Imperfectly Perfect Couple Show. I'm Kandy.
I'm Tank.
What's going on with you? How was your week?
Man, it's been up. The week has been up, people. And the reason why I say it's been up, because that Busted Open Challenge.
Oh my God.
We have taken it to a whole nother level, my people. Us millennials have done it again. We have taken something and took it the hell over. We done took over TikTok, man. How the hell do we take TikTok from the babies? But I must say, they showing some of these ladies what to do with it, though. They are. All right. Before we get into it, how was your week? How was your week?
My week is busy. Trying to organize everything.
Like?
Trying to get everything in order.
With?
For kids' schooling, meetings, and all of that good stuff. School work.
Yeah.
Crunch time.
Yeah.
All of that.
Yeah.
It's just ticking down.
Okay.
Just ticking down.
Okay.
So, just getting everything in order. Making sure the I's are crossed. I mean, the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed.
Yeah, you're a little cross. What's in your cup?
Whatever you put in it.
We're not going to talk about that.
Oh.
We're not going to talk about that. But no, but for the most part, you know, the week is the week, man. I mean, ain't too much been really going on my way, you know.
The week is the week.
The week is the week. Hey, it's the week. Hey, I don't know.
We got some snow.
We did, and I got a chance to use my snowblower. I didn't even tell you the real reason why I got to buy another extension cord.
Because you chewed it up?
Yeah. I had to cut the damn extension cord because I wasn't paying attention, and it's I'm like, shit. It just went up in there, and I'm like, oh man, what did I do? But it felt good. I mean, it felt good using the electric snowblower. I do think that I see the advantages of the gas one versus the electric one. I do see the advantages. I think I would probably prefer. I mean, because besides that mishap happening with the extension cord, I was tired of the fucking cord like coming out. I didn't, you know what I'm saying? Like the cord like disconnecting. I was tired of that.
Oh.
So
you rather have gas?
I think so. Because I've had a gas snowblower before. So, you know, it's just more so a thing, you know, just making sure you're keeping up the levels that need to be kept on it to operate it at the levels that it need to be. And you're good, you know what I mean?
Okay.
That's what your hair looking pretty.
Well, thank you.
Lips looking lovely.
Thank you.
Dark and lovely.
Oh.
Very kissable.
You know what they say? The older the berry, the something just...
Oh, shit. The older the berry, maybe the juice fucked up or something. I don't know about that one. You may want to recant that one. Maybe.
Oh, Jesus.
But, let's speak of juices and berries and all that type of shit. You said that on the last episode that you were excited about. Well, not excited. You were enjoying. That was your word. You were enjoying the challenges that were taking place.
Yes.
The boon. What's it? The boon jug? A June bug? What is it called?
June bug.
June bug, not boon jug. June bug.
Crazy.
And what was the other one?
The busted challenge.
The busted challenge.
But that was before.
No.
No, I want to say what I want to say.
We gonna speak on it. we gonna speak on it. Let's calm it down.
I don't want to calm it down. No. Before
You was ready to get up and do a dance.
No. I was enjoying the busted challenge.
I'm enjoying the busted challenge too.
When it was PG-13, being that the avenues that is on. So maybe not so much now because it's making a lot of parents like us
now look
second guess or think
that
twice about the TikTokity.
That's very true. That is very true. That is very, very true. Yeah, because we out of the 3 kids that we have, 2 of the 3, well, shit, actually all of them have devices and stuff, that they be online. But the baby more so, no, she just want to watch her little cartoons and she good to go, or play little games and she good to go, the 3-year-old. But the 10 and 8-year-old, well, we can't even worry about the 10-year-old because he don't care about.
He's not into that.
No, he's not into like the social media. He does his games and
the social media that he wants is Instagram and Facebook. For what reasons, I have no idea because he still ain't gave them yet.
He like looking at the girls. He like white girls. That's what it is. He like mixed or white girls. He like the colored nails. He like colored hair. He get off on that's his thing. You know what it is. Anywho, I know what it is. But
the darker the berry, sweeter the...
More so realer note, you know what I'm saying, with the Buzz It Open challenge type stuff. And not only just because of that, but since this is the most recent thing to take the internet, the web by storm, or social media by storm, I've always had a question, or always thought about, and even like with my coworkers, I would ask them, because a lot of my coworkers, their kids are older than our kids. So, they kids had cell phones and had tablets and, so they've been there, done that. And I know, I don't think we've actually spoke on this, but I know that in my time coming up, when it came to like sexual activities or certain things that you shouldn't have known about. A lot of people lied about it, and if you didn't lie about it, either one or two things: you had a big brother, that you stole some magazines, or your daddy or your mama's in the magazines, or DVDs or tapes, more so tapes. But for the most part, most people lied about a lot of stuff. So now if you fast forward to a lot of us that have kids now, our kids don't even have to know how to spell that shit, just because the way how technology work. Because you can just press the microphone button and
talk it out,
and it's gonna go to it. You know what I'm saying? And they may not even really necessarily know what they're looking for, and it's right at their fingertips, is in their hand. You know what I'm saying? They see it. So I've always questioned my coworkers, like, how do you deal with this? Have you thought about that? A lot of them haven't necessarily. At the time when I asked, they hadn't encountered that type of scenario yet. But now I think with the Bust It Open challenge, and with it going X-rated, very X-rated, I think it's a conversation.
You said bust it open, it's just bust it.
Oh shit, they busting it open. Damn it, I seen it. Busting it open, they opening their mouths, doing everything.
Right. Yeah, God.
But no, so you know what I'm saying? So with that, with that being at hand, I think it is time, it's time for a conversation. A conversation can be held, you know what I'm saying, on a more serious note. Like, what do you do? How do you just tell your kids no? No more TikTok, no more whatever if they on Instagram. And sometimes some of that stuff do slip to YouTube. I mean, you know what I'm saying? They may catch it in time, but sometimes it does have a way of slipping through those, what would you call those?
Cracks.
Yeah, those but those like
parental.
parental or monitor guidings cracks or whatever. Sometimes it slipped through. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what do you do? What? And I've asked Kandy, like, hey, what do you think we should do for our two oldest? You know, mainly the girl, the middle
Kandy
one.
said,
yeah, what did you say?
No more TikTok.
And then I replied, is more than just TikTok though. Because it is more than just TikTok. It's more than just that one platform. Today is them, but tomorrow it may be, Oompa Loompa, whatever it may be. You know what I mean? So it's like, how do you sit down and have that conversation with your kid?
Of course.
But I mean, what if, man, that's tough.
It's because basically what I told our 8-year-old is that the reason why we don't want her looking at TikTok was because...
Oh, so you told her?
Yeah, I did tell her.
Oh, see, I didn't know this.
Yeah, I told her. Well, I mentioned it to her. So I was like,
Was I gone?
Probably so.
Damn. I'm in the house, but I ain't in the house.
So what I basically told her was that just due to TikTok putting a lot of things on there that kids should not see or hear, we don't want her going on it. And she was like, oh, mommy, what I'm going to do about, my videos, and I need to find a way to save those because I put some videos. First of all, we don't put our kids on social media, and we don't let them post anything. We don't post pictures. We don't let other people post pictures. And if anybody know us, we've been like that since the kids were birthed.
You know that.
So
the tank says you know that.
With all of that, since we don't let them, we kind of let them indulge in a little bit of it as far as this TikTok thing goes, because it's, nothing but dances and how it started off for it to be. But now it's getting a little too serious and a little too much explicit for, you simply saying in the microphone busted challenge, and then you get some X-rated stuff that pop up. So I don't know, maybe they'll find a way to tweak something to where that they may take that stuff off, but who knows, because with everybody being bored with COVID, everybody just letting it all out and letting the rules just fly.
Man, that been going on.
I mean, it's been more so heavier now. If you wasn't really paying attention to it pre-COVID, you paying attention to it now, because a lot of people are working from home. They're not really going places like how they would go places. Our kids probably wouldn't even be obsessed with TikTok and all of those apps and stuff.
True, I can see that.
If we still had the places like the Chuck E. Cheese's and the Zap Zones and all of that stuff, because that was a weekend thing for us. That's what we did. So
now, to play devil's advocate, I've been looking. Yes, I've been looking. And on social media, I'm a part of other groups on there, and I communicate with different people.
So you said.
Now, on the flip side of the big uproar or whatever. Uproar. All of the hoopla, okay? We just gonna say that. Alright? I've looked on one end. Oh my God, y'all done did this and did that. Y'all done ruined it. But then on the other end, you go in those groups. Some of these mamas is like, girl, I need to get them knees like that. Or, did you see what she did? I can do that too.
I agree. To a certain extent.
No, yeah, most definitely. So, go ahead.
Everybody want good knees.
I get it. But, so that goes to show me or tell me that you all are enjoying it just as well.
I only seen the video once.
I sent you 3 of them to your phone.
I seen 2 of them that you sent to my phone. I've never seen 3.
Oh, well.
2 of them.
I'll show you right now. Go ahead, keep talking.
No.
Keep talking.
No, I don't need to see the 3rd one.
Keep talking.
No, I don't
Let
need
people
to see
see
the
your
3rd
reaction.
One.
Go.
No, I'm fine.
No, you're not.
So anyway, like I said, everybody wants good knees. Good knees started with Meg Thee Stallion, okay? That's when good knees started. That's when everybody got to reevaluating their kneecaps. And when she was in that live concert and she was dancing to what was it, the Freak Nasty, and it went viral when she had on the lime green. She was on stage.
Okay.
And everybody's like, oh my God. That's when everybody started. If you didn't know who Megan Thee Stallion was, that's when you found out who Megan Thee Stallion was. So this is just another little trend that's coming full circle. That's how I feel.
Oh, really? So it's a trend.
No, we're not watching that.
It's a trend that's coming full circle.
But we're not watching that.
So that's this one right here. Here, look. Told you shit, look. So.
You having fun with this?
Not necessarily having fun, but.
Anywho.
Giving me ideas. Valentine's Day coming up.
Yep.
So I expect to walk in the room.
The Valentine's Day is for girls.
It is, but shit, you got to get yours too.
I understand. That's for the women.
Hey, yeah, it is. No, for sure it is. It's for women.
That's when Cupid
I did not.
shot you
I didn't say it wasn't though.
in the butt with
Well,
a...
I don't know about all that shit. That's what they depict. Supposedly. So, yeah. So, what do you guys think? How do you guys feel about that?
I've heard mixed reviews. I asked a couple of my friends about the whole thing with their kids and some of this stuff.
And what'd you get?
Basically, one of my friends in particular, basically said that she and her husband do not allow the TikTok and all of that stuff. Another one of my friends said that they allow it, but they monitor it. So, I don't know what we're going to do at the end of the day. Like, I know we said no, but, like, is it no with, like, guidance? I don't want to go back on my word after I just told her not to, but,
You weak.
Some of that stuff is, like, some of the stuff is fun.
So...
I've done the TikTok before. I'm just saying.
Okay, yeah, it's fun, but I mean, it's a thing of being of letting your young adolescent child be exposed, and that opened up a whole window of.
I said supervised. That means.
Okay, yeah. So okay, I get that. So that means okay. One of the things could be this. How about you put it on your phone?
That's what I was saying.
Okay, so that's.
If it was a thing to where me and her wanted to do one together, and she's like, oh, let's do one, just to have fun, I would do, put the app on my phone, because I've had the app on my phone, but I would put it back on there and then, play around with it and then just leave it at that.
That's cool.
It's not like I posted anyway. It's just like...
Right. No, I get it. I get it. I most definitely get it. I don't mess with it, but I get it.
Why don't you create a TikTok?
No, I think I did one. Just to see what was what. It was, I think it like took my picture and it had me driving in the car or something.
I thought you was about to say you did. Renegade.
Nah, I ain't do none of that. Anything else?
Any memes in particular? Or any...
I mean...
That was mainly it?
I mean, that's the main one. Is it something else that you think you'll want to touch on?
One thing that I've seen... Somebody posted, F who looks good. You better F with who look out and care for your A 100. Do they always matter when it comes to somebody providing or taking care of you? Like, I know people have like their certain preferences, but if you got somebody that's willing to do something for you, or willing to take care of you, or willing to carry some of your weight that you don't want anymore, like, does looks really matter?
Nah, I don't think that they would.
You don't think so?
No, I know. In that case, I don't. You saying taking care of the weight? I mean, I see. It's different levels. I think it's different levels, and what I mean by the different levels, I think it's a thing to where, the age of the person, the age of that individual. You know what I'm saying? Because there's certain things that you may take in consideration in your 20s. You know what I'm saying? Even if you got responsibilities or whatever the case, if you want, okay, most chicks right now want the guy that's, they want the guy that's turned, that's on the Molly, that, you know what I'm saying? That's on the perk. You know, so it's different. It's different things that that you may take into consideration depending on, I think, the age you know what I'm saying, your time frame. But then you ask a woman that or somebody that got a little age on that and been through some stuff, and it's like, all right, dude look like Kermit the Frog, but he gonna make sure your car fixed, your bills paid, food in your refrigerator. You know what I'm saying? He handling business. You know what I'm saying? Even though he looked like Kermit. You know what I mean? Hey. Kermit. Hey, they gonna try to see. They gonna kiss him and try to make sure he turns into a toad. See if he gonna turn into a prince or something.
Hey, not a toad.
See if he turns into a prince. So I just, you know what I'm saying? I think that, over. That's what I think. I think that it depends on age.
Yeah, that's true.
You say yeah?
50-50.
Yeah, I think it's a 50-50.
Because I have to be able to look at you at the end of the day. Like, I don't want to wake up to the boogeyman every night and be like, woo, yeah. Because you're thinking about it too, like, it's somebody that you possibly is going to be intimate with as well.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just, I think you do live and you learn and you weigh both pros and the cons when it comes to stuff. But yeah, I think so. Like, it's kind of like a half and half. Like, you got to at least be decent to where it's something about you that I find attractive.
Oh, really?
As far as looks. So, looks aren't everything, but it's something. Your personality can stand out, which makes your looks be even more appeasing. So, you paid that bill? Look at you.
What are you talking?
So sexy.
Who did to pay the
bill? You paid that bill? Oh, that makes you look like Boris Kojo or somebody.
Oh, wow. Because somebody paid the bill?
Mm-hmm. That'll open up a lot of doors.
So, okay, so that's correct. So, okay, that's perfect. So now you made me go to a whole different thing, what I'm going to bring to the table, what I saw and what I, on social media. Perfect transition then.
Mm-hmm.
So, what I saw, it says, is love today a contract or is it just unconditional? Because what you said. Yeah, what?
It's a little bit of both.
It's a business.
It's a little bit of both because it's like, you know what I'm saying? I think, first of all, when relationships, you have to date that person and find a friend in that person, somebody that you feel like you can trust.
Get to know them.
Get to know them.
Yep.
You have to have that trust. You have to have that communication there. And eventually, I feel like that will lead to that unconditional love, but it is a contract because you guys are still staying committed to one another. And you're making this promise to her and him, that you guys aren't going to step out of that bond and everything is, or depending on if that's what you all choose to do, whatever type of contract you guys set up, whether if y'all, explicit, well, not necessarily.
If you what? Explicit, what? What?
Not necessarily, I was saying explicit, but if you're more so, what do you call it? Monogamous to each other.
Okay.
Or if you pick monogamous, or if you pick, any of those other ones like poly and all of that stuff, that basically, whatever contract you two set up with each other, that's yours. That's what y'all choose to do, whether it's marriage, any of that. So I feel like it is a contract and it is unconditional love. It is. I think it's a little bit of both.
I agree. I most definitely agree on that. I I really don't have nothing. You know what? The one thing I probably can say about it is that I think that most people, oh fuck that, not even most people. I say most women would deny that. The denial behind it. Most people probably wouldn't agree or look at. They try to. It's neither. It's just strictly love. You know what I'm saying?
No. And if you feel like it's strictly love, I feel like you're blinded.
Blinded by what?
Just to a lot of stuff, because it's not. Women want a man that's going to protect, provide, and any other thing that they wish that they would want this man to fulfill. They want this man to wear many hats and hold down, the house, whatever, and it's like, you can't sit up there and make it seem like it's just unconditional, because why did you get with this person in the first place? Like, I feel like when women are searching for a man, they look for a man that has like a good job, or they're looking for a man that has like, just something decent. Like, you have to have something. Like, a woman don't want a man that don't have nothing. So it's just really, it's really more to that. It's not just, oh, I found Bobo off the street, and now I gotta try to help change things around to make him be the man that I want him to be. You kind of want somebody that's gonna bring something to the table that's gonna help enhance you.
Okay, but what would you say? What would you say about those individuals? Because I ain't gonna just strictly just say women. What do you say about those individuals to where that woman or that individual that get with somebody and they ain't bringing none of that to the table? In the beginning, it seemed like they were a match. They were gonna match your hustle, whatever the case. But then all you come to find out, they ain't doing nothing but using you.
Oh yeah.
But then that individual, all they doing is they just wind up, they being in denial about the whole situation. They trying their best to make it work, but really making nothing work. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So what do you say about that?
I mean, it's kind of hard. I mean, you have to be able to know when to decipher the difference, I should say, because women know if they're being played. Just like men, yes. It's just like men know if they're being played. They know if they have an inkling in their spirit or in their heart that somebody is being unfaithful to them. They know that. And you know the person before you get with them to even have kids. You know who they are before you actually go forth with the whole situation. I think a lot of people get in situations to try to see how far they can change somebody. You can't get into a situation. In some cases, you can change that person to where it's like, okay, we were both a come up together. But in most cases, you see this person, they however old that they are, they're not going to change. They stuck in their ways. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to probably take a lot of self-healing and self-searching for themselves.
So wait a minute then. So what would you say? So what would you say then, as far as, okay, now so the question was, was it love or relationships today?
Is it
a contract?
Is love a contract, or is it unconditional?
So what would you say? So what would you say about those, those grandparents, or people that would be considered our grandparents or whatnot, to where back then they were more so content.
Oh yeah.
The woman was content.
Why though? You gotta think about it. Our elders and our ancestors, praise be to all of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, our grandmothers, our grandfathers knew what was up. They just knew it. You know what I'm saying? You have a lot of outside children. That woman would know that man wasn't 100% faithful to her, but as long as he was coming home, bringing that money and taking care of the children that were there in that home and whatever else, if he was taking care of a separate household, you better take care of this home first if you married to me. Even if you got a woman across town or down the street or around the block with some kids too. So
I can have. Yeah,
you know what?
I can have somebody around.
You know what? We ain't talking. No, we talking about what we're talking about. What we're talking about is basically our ancestors. So basically, they had it set up like that because they were trying to provide a way. Like a lot of stuff, like our grandmothers probably did not like it, did not want to tolerate it, but they knew what was up.
Or, dang, why did I end that laugh so quickly? Or, it could have been a thing to where...
Well, they were poly?
Hold on, nope. It could have been a thing to where grandma fixing the baby's lunch, getting the babies off to school. Here go your lunch, Pa. See ya, you're out to work.
Yeah.
But Mister is coming through the back door.
Exactly.
So grandma probably was doing her thing too.
Grandma had her thing going on too. Yes, she did. So it was basically, and a lot of things led to that too. I felt like a lot of things would lead to that. Because if you have a woman that was being abused by her husband, they were taking
abusive. A lot of them were.
A lot of them were alcoholics. You know what I'm saying? They were doing a lot of bold stuff to they wives.
Right.
And when they felt like they could get everybody out of the house, it's time for me to go have some fun too. Not saying that was always the right thing to do, because it wasn't. But that's just how homes and stuff were set up back then. That's a lot. Like you can, like it's just so many of us that come from homes and households like that to where they know, like, shoot, I got cousins from here, I got brothers and sisters from here, and the crazy thing about it was that they all knew about each other, but it wasn't a secret.
No, I say a lot of the black family stuff is secrets.
Some of it. But
a lot of it is downplayed.
If you had
once you start finding out the real details and what's what and how certain individuals is double cousins and you know what I'm saying, this your cousin but it's your brother, you know what I'm saying, you got some secrets there, or this your granddaddy but that's your kids' father. You know, it's some stuff there, but that's a whole nother topic. Whole nother topic. We ain't gonna go there. We about to take a break, and we gonna be back. You gonna be back? All right. Comb your hair. Pay your fare.
What?
I'm in the back on bottle, RL on, and that got me a model. She know red bone skin like Coco. A gang full of pretty things, begging low so. Your girl cold, man, she saying you a bozo. She said you hack her social on the low. I never give my 2 cents, that's a no-no. Plus I ain't finna be another nigga promo. So tell the way to bring a bottle, what a dude say. And tell your shorty be a lady, not a groupie. And we gon' have it going up like a Tuesday. So gon' take it to the head like a toupee. My homie Vine walked in yelling Duke. FaceTiming with a freak like Boosie. Her booty beat.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
The Caster Spot, the only location for audio and visual podcasts. All of your favorite podcast shows in one location.
And we are back. All right. So
the topic of today's show, after all of that, is goals.
What kind of goals? But what do you mean? Goals can mean...
Goals. Basically... This goal session that I'm hitting on today, have your parents influence what goals that you have? Absolutely not. Sorry, I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
Damn. Mom, she said that?
I'm just joking.
I didn't tell her to say that.
Okay, answer the question since I asked it.
I would say to a certain extent. Most definitely my mom and my pops. You know what I'm saying? Rest his soul and all that good stuff. I will say not necessarily what I do, but how not how I do it, but not settling. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know, be all that you can be type shit.
Oh. Oh.
No. I say it was more to the way how I say the way how that applied to me. It would be, you know what I'm saying, like my mom always wanted me to finish college. You know what I'm saying, but to me, college just didn't. I don't know. It just that wasn't my route. You know what I'm saying. I know I can do it, but I'm all over the place with shit. You know what I mean? Like
he's a handsy type of guy.
I'm just all over the place with stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's like I find interest in other things. You know what I'm saying? To where I'm the type of person to where if I'm in school and if I get a phone call, somebody like, hey, come out and do da 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 da, I'm not finishing that paper. I'm sorry, I'm not doing it because that doesn't necessarily interest me. So I would say as far as like the principles and the influence, you know what I'm saying? That's what I would say I got that I picked up from my mom. Now my dad, from my dad, I think I picked up, my dad, he was smart, you know what I'm saying? Smart individual. Actually, he had some college background, but he was a hustler at the same time too. Meaning he knew how to get it. And that's the part that I'm more so intrigued by. I'm intrigued by, basically taking nothing, putting the price on it and getting that or figuring a way out. That I'm infatuated with that. I love that part. So, I would say yeah, I would say yeah, you know what I'm saying? Not exactly what I do, but just not necessarily not sitting around doing nothing. I did, you know what I'm saying? I would say I got that part from them that you ain't just, you ain't just sitting around. You got to do something, Work ethic, the work ethic. That's what I say. You?
Yeah, boy.
You?
A little bit of both. I would say.
This shit look like spoiled milk in this cup.
What? Come on now. Come on.
Okay.
Come on.
Okay. It's the pulp. I got some pulp stuff in here.
Lemonade, come on.
I see it. All right, go ahead.
So I would say basically.
I'll close my eyes and drink it.
Come on, get it together, buddy.
Okay, go ahead.
So basically, I would say that my parents both instilled the work ethic in me. My mom, both my parents, they finished high school. Both of them. Well, my mom was a homemaker for, I would say, up until my sister was about 3. I would say this was from about 85 to like 93. So she was a stay-at-home mom. And I
thought she made homes. You said homemaker.
Homemaker. That's what you call a woman that does not work but wears many hats.
Mom, did you build homes?
Listen.
No.
She was a nurse. She was a doctor. She was a lawyer. She was a writer. She was a hairstylist. Fashion designer.
Maintained home.
Chef. Gourmet.
And she can cook.
As I may say.
She can cook.
She put a foot in it. Okay?
Hope not.
Oh my God. So basically, my mom wore many hats until she started working. We stayed in Missouri. My parents were down there for like 9 years. I was down there for like 7 years of my life. And 8 years maybe. 7.5, 8 years for me. So I think she just mainly enforced like school. Just like, do your work. Get your homework out of the way, do all of that, and then, there you go. My dad was a factory worker for 30 years, worked for one of the big 3. He always had that work ethic, and then when we moved back up here to Michigan in like 93, my my mom started working in. So my mom worked for quite some time or whatever before she stopped. And it was just always that instillment that they put in us, like, do better than us. Make sure you try to get something more than what we got so you don't have to work as hard, so you don't have to struggle as hard. And, you know, with my sister, who is like 6 years younger than me, my sister, you know, always been in school. I've always been in school. So I think that in a sense, we kind of took schooling a little bit more serious.
Yes, they did.
Because I want my bachelor's, and my master's. Okay?
And let me tell you, with me being me and who I am, and I had to, you know, my mama didn't get it either because she's one of them degree holding connoisseurs like this one here. Make sure y'all can see my elbow over the sign.
Cheers.
Yeah, when I first came in, they really didn't understand me. Y'all didn't understand me at first, especially like when Gabe was born, because it was more so, or before Gabe was born. Around the time when Gabe was born. When Gabe was born, when we started living with each other, it was more so a thing to where, you know, hey, I got a good job, or I got good jobs. Why don't he do this? Why, you know, I don't settle for, and that's cool if a person do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you get a good job and you feel content because you at this particular place of employment and that's where you want to be, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? But with me, now this is the part to where I would say, like, that I picked up from my pops. You know what I'm saying? I don't get content with no place of employment. It's like, I'm going to find some type of way on how to hustle and get it in from in there. Some type of way. You got to. You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it. But my mom, of course, my mom didn't understand that neither. Well, I say she did because she seen it in my pops. He was the same type of way. You know what I'm saying? The exact same type of way. So when I came around Kandy, it was more so a thing to where it was like, they didn't get it. They didn't understand. Like, okay, I don't get it. Like, you, all right, you did you got a little training for this and this and that. You're working at the hospital. You know, you got your family. You can do your job. You got your days off. Why you got to go out and do this? Why you got to go out and do that? They didn't get it. You know what I'm saying? But then I'm a person that believes in, you know, I'm a explain so many times, but ultimately I got to show you. You know what I'm saying? Because I believe showing is believing. You know, by results. You know, so eventually they understood. They understood. Most definitely, Kandy understood.
They may not have understood that, but they know what you like to eat. Okay.
Well, apple pie?
No, we ain't just talking about apple pie. That was Jasmine.
What?
We talking about they know what you like to eat and what you don't like to eat. How picky he is. They understood that about him.
Hey.
If they didn't understand anything else. But at first, I didn't understand the whole thing because, you know, I've always seen from both my parents a 9 to 5, you know. And I've been working all of my adult life. So, like, the times that when I've been out of a job is awkward to me because it don't feel right, because I don't know anything else. But I think that this past time has kind of opened my eyes up to wanting more.
Who pushed that? Who pushed that?
You.
Who pushed that and said?
But I'm saying, this is what I'm saying. I didn't understand it at first. I didn't know what it really meant. But I think it was even more so, even though I knew how you were, it was more so of an eye-opener. Like, shoot, you lose a job, what you gonna have? You know what I'm saying? Like,
opportunity.
Yeah, true enough, opportunity. But it's like, if you don't have anything to where you have a backup plan, you gonna feel like you lost.
Yeah, you do. I mean, don't get me wrong. I can't sit up here and say that I ain't never felt that. You know what I'm saying? I can't say that I ain't never sat up there and felt like, dang, what I'm going to do. But, I mean, it's just like I'm just that confident to where it's just like, I know that something going to fall in my lap. I know it. Or I know I can create something. You know what I'm saying? As long as I got this, these, and my feet and all that stuff work, man, I'm good. I'm gonna make something happen.
And your knees.
Like, man, get on with that one.
Need your knees to bend. Lift from your knees and bend your waist.
That's what they say, right?
Your back.
That's what they say, right?
Your back. It's in your back.
Perfect example of taking something and well, I ain't gonna say taking something and making from them, but I say like seizing the opportunity, right? When I was working at this one particular factory, at this point I probably was working there about 4 or 5 years. So this was early on. I probably was 20? I was like early 20s. It was before I was 25. Now,
hey, I knew you then.
Yeah, you did. Now, one of the things was that this particular line that I worked on, we supplied one of the major big three up here, and it was this thing called just in time. And we had all three, we had the big three, we were supplying the big three. So the parts that we were supplying, which were at the time, we called them IPs, interior base panels, basically dashboards. We went to break when they went to break. You know what I'm saying? So if you working for this particular company, you follow their schedule. If you work for that company, you follow their schedule. So we followed the line that I was working on. We had like a awkward schedule. The other two lines, they would be able to take a break and go to lunch and, at normal decent times to meet the food truck. So I saw an opportunity.
Food truck.
Yeah. I saw an opportunity, right? Now, the thing is, the line that I worked on, if you didn't catch nobody or didn't know anybody that went to lunch or had a first break that could get you something off of that food truck, now you got to think, this is a long line. So you got to hope that you can catch somebody and somebody come down your way. So one of the things I wound up doing was I said, you know what? I'm about to get me some breakfast sandwiches. I'm about to create supply and demand to where I'm letting it be known. I'm not trying to sell out. I want a quota that I need to meet per day. That's it. So I'm gonna bring five and five. Sausage, ham and cheese, juice, and I'm gonna set you up with your condiments, your jellies, and get your breath mint and all of that. So I let it be known. First when it started, people was, they was kind of shy. They, got one off, got two off here. But then it got to a thing, hey, look, I'm only bringing this amount. That's it. Before I got to the point where, before I could start my work day, before I could clock in, people handed me money. Before I could, I'm leaving out of there with almost about $100 a day. A day, I'm leaving out of there. So that's the type of person I am. I like to see, I see a problem. And I try to find a solution for it. Now, where I was working, we was making very good money. Weekly, too. And as a matter of fact, I was working for one of the big threes at the time I was doing that. But I'm just one of them type of people to where I just don't get content with that. You know what I'm saying? Because I just don't. You can't. You can't get content. I think as a man, you shouldn't be content.
As a woman, you should not be either.
I agree. I do agree.
Yep. I
agree on that.
Because I tell you one thing. I'm all uncomfortable in certain situations. Like I learned that I cannot allow myself to just feel at home in certain places. Like,
what do you mean?
Like, for example, I was told that, I can bring pictures and all of that stuff and set up.
Don't do that bull crap. No.
So I can look at my baby. Like, and I did that at one place of employment when I was working for RVN. Like, but that was kind of like towards the end when I was about to make my exit before I had quit or whatever. But I just learned, I don't like making stuff mine, especially to where, we in the at-will state. People can just get rid of you when they want to get rid of you. Oh, it's not that many people left. We only got a certain amount of spots to fill. So you got to come back in the job, pack up all your stuff
right.
that you done made your home. And it's like, no,
But see, you know what? I agree with you. I agree with you on that. You know what I'm saying? I agree with you on that. I think one of the things that did it for me to where, when I really started paying attention to, like, you know, that I was on the right track. Look at all of those people. You go back to, let's just say 07, 08, to where all of those people that had those city jobs in the major city, not necessarily lost them, but how they thought that they were going to have a pension. And their pensions were taken away from them.
A lot of state workers.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And just like that, you know what I'm saying? How you thinking that is one thing and it's really not. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So for all those people that thought that just because I dedicate my time and after 30 years, you know, I'm gonna be cool. You know what I'm saying? I'll be able to, how about to say graduate? I'll be able to retire
after 30 years. I'm about to walk across that stage.
After 30 years, I'll be able to retire, and I, you know, pull all my money that's been invested, or, you know, my pension money. Only come to find out that it was a clause inside of the
clause.
Yeah, a clause inside of the contract. You know, that the company's seen to where that they can. Sorry, even though that you at 25 years, you ain't getting that money. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, so if you didn't do what you could have done, you know, basically taking some of your money, some of your check money, and investing it, or starting something of your own, or whatever the case, you know what I'm saying? You know, that's one of the things that, like, man, it's so many different things that I just think about, like, when it comes to money, and that I look at and analyze, you know what I'm saying? Like, I never understood to where, like, you see that 30-year-old bartender, and you know that this cat ain't got nothing else going on, you know, but just being that bartender. And it's like, how is this cat doing all of the things that he's doing, or she's doing all the things that she's doing, and this is all, you know, this is all that they have that's bringing in the income. You know what I'm saying? It's a mindset. You know, you got to change. I think, you know, people just got to change their mindset. Because you can have it all. I mean, well, I'm not going to say I have it all, but you can have a decent wage, but be broke as hell. And have nothing, you know what I'm saying? Because you don't know what to do with the money. You don't know what to do with it.
Or you can have a bunch of money and be so cheap.
Yeah.
And it shows.
Well, but then that probably goes to those people that was thinking that, okay, well, I'm going to be good after X amount of years, and then boom, you know what I'm saying? Certain things happen. You got all this money. You could have invested in X, Y. Man, like, I put it to you like this. My mom would bring up this story every once in a while. I don't know what we was going to see. Maybe Disney on Ice or something. It was something we was going to see. Peter Pan's, Toy Story. It was something on ice downtown. And, I can remember, maybe it probably was the parade, because I know we did that a lot. But I know I asked her, and I wasn't no older than 10. I know I wasn't no older than 10. And I remember asking her, and she'd bring that up, you know what I'm saying? And I asked her, I'm like, why don't we buy a parking lot? Now, you tell me how many 8, 9, 10-year-olds is thinking about buying a damn parking lot. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I know for sure that I was always thinking different, ownership, like, just different, you know what I'm saying? I always just been on that time. I understood the value of owning something, you know what I'm saying? I understood that. So, yeah. It's hot as hell. It's hot. I'm sorry.
You got that light glistening.
The light glistening.
High beaming on your forehead.
Hi, BB. So what? Go ahead and wrap this thing up, because I'm hungry.
All right, so basically, you what? You hungry? I forgot where we started.
Look, we're just going to do it like this. Be sure to like, comment, share, and all that good stuff. And catch us next week. I'm Tank.
Kandy.
Look, And make sure you try to invest your money and do what you do.
Make sure you set goals.
Set goals.
Set you some goals. And make sure you comment on the video about where the goals that your parents set. Was that something that you followed? Or did you live by the goals that your parents, kind of laid out for themselves? Did you follow in their footsteps? So just let us know. Inbox us, email us, all of that stuff. imperfectlyperfectcouple@gmail.com.
Or Imperfectly Perfect Couple, Instagram, Facebook, also on YouTube as well. You can find all of the shows at imperfectlyperfectcouple.com as well as thecasterspot.com. Yes. Until then, it's real.
Bye, people.
Eat your grits.
And eggs. And bacon.
Imperfectly perfect. Imperfectly perfect.